Hello everyone. I'm making this video to explain how to prepare a, report, a performance report of a checkpoint student. We can use it for the reports for progression tests also. We need to tweak it a little bit and customize it. But at this time, I'm talking about how to make the report or performance report for a checkpoint student. So let's begin it. So you have two pages to do for one child. So one page is this, and the second page is this. There are other pages also, but that's not the work, your work. That will be done by someone else, no problem. But see, so let's come to the sheet one, and here you see we need the name of student first. Let's say the name is Marina Stewart. Now, because she's one of the students in my class, and I've been teaching all students, I've been teaching her, I've been seeing her performance and all. So first, all these subjects have strengths and sub-strengths. So when we talk about the English as a first language, so strengths are the three strengths, 1, 2, and 3, and each strand has sub-strengths like this, you can see here. So when I start to grade my students, so for example, I start the sentence structure, and I saw the Marina Stewart is a kind of, okay, so let's make it C. And then punctuation, in my class, I've been observing her. She makes a lot of mistakes while bringing punctuation things in sentences. So I can say, okay, it's D. Or vocabulary is also D, it's not very good. The spelling is fine, so you can go to B. So same thing, I come to reading part, and I say that in explicit meaning, she's good. So let's say make it B. And in use of language, it's just okay, D. And implicit meaning also, she makes quite a lot of mistakes. So let's make it D. Then I come to writing part. The content is, her content is fine. Okay, so let's see C. And in purpose and audience, when she writes, she keeps in mind for whom she's writing and what kind of language she should use. And in this field, she, I think, is not very good, so she goes for D. And text structure, paragraphing, and the length, and various other things that we teach in classes, that's also not that good, so I would make it like C. Okay, so this is the first page that you're doing. Similarly goes with child has got English as a second language, the same thing goes with that. And then for mathematics also, we have strands. These are the strands, 4 strands. Then we have substrands. You can see these are substrands. Then science, we have strands with 4 strands again, and then substrands. So the teachers, they know well, so they can write down the grades accordingly. Coming to this page, again, let me see, the name is Marina Stewart. And first of all, we will put the marks here. You know, the highest checkpoint marks is 6. So it has to vary between 0 and 6. And Marina Stewart, so when we are, see, basically what happens when we are writing the marks here, so we have to make sure that these things somehow make justice with whatever you write here. So, and this one should depend on your mock exam results. You have got the results of mock exam, so you should know, for example, a child gets, say, here, if a child gets, say, 4, so 4 should do justice with these. Like, okay, fine, if I see that B, C, D, I think it's okay, 4 is fine for her. So, but before that, that's all the marks that you have given to your student. So first, overall we'll write later. First, usage, and I know that usage is kind of between C and D, so let's make it D. So D is, oh yeah, D comes under 3, below 3. So let's make it 2.8. And then reading, I see here, reading, I have observed her, this, again between B and D. And while checking, I found that she just, okay, so between B and D is C. So C can be 3.0. And writing, you can see writing I made between C and D. So maybe we can make it 2.9. Okay, fine. Or 3, let's make it, yeah, 2.9 is okay, fine, that's fine, okay. So now, if you, it should be 3.0, make sure that it should look like 3.0. But the thing is that you see every time I put 3.0, it turns back into 3. So what you should do, go right click, go to the format cells, go to number, and for the decimal place, maybe 1, we need 1 only, sorry, 1, and click. Now it comes back to 3.0. So this you can see. Now this overall is actually average. So you just, if you total it up, that comes 8.7. That average would be 2.9. So this is the overall score now. Similarly, it will go for English as second language, and similarly it will go for science, and in the same way it will go for mathematics. Now we come to this part, which is actually a kind of important part, what we can say. It says what you got right and what you got wrong. So what you say, what you write here is areas where you did well that we expected you to find difficult. You can mention here, for example, I can say that where you did well that we expected you to find difficult. So I think that like writing, she was not good at writing. Okay. And if I want to add something more, I can add like specifically the use of language effects. Okay. And then areas where you did not do well that we expected you to find easy. For example, I say reading only. Reading is enough. I can write reading only. That's all. So, and in your case, for example, if you say that in mathematics, areas where you did well that we expected you to do to find difficult. For example, you say, the child is not very active and energetic with, say, trigonometry. Okay, and say circles, something like that. And here you can write areas where you did not do well that we expected you to find easy. For example, he's very good with algebra. Okay, algebra, and you can add specifically factorization of factorization. Fine, that's all. So this is how we do the thing.